Reginald Appleton grunted from behind the gag, eyes bulging with terror. In his mind, the words he was roaring were clear. "I heard you. Yes, I'll tell you. Please, please, don't hurt me any more." The pressure on the back of his neck eased, allowing him to turn his head so his face wasn't pressed into the pillow. Nostrils flaring in and out, he filled his lungs, ears still ringing from the punches to his head. "What is it?" the voice repeated. The hatred contained in the question made Appleton feel ill. He nodded as vigorously as he could. There had been the faint trace of French in the man's voice. A local, then, probably a Creole needing money. Rough fingers pulled the thick band of rubber away from his lips, and something was thrust towards his face. The device beeped, and a red light came on. "Say it." 11:33:99:04, he gasped. "There are dollars." The gag snapped back into place, rendering the end of the sentence incomprehensible. He felt his lower arms being yanked as the person checked his wrists were still bound tight. A hand patted the stubby Henry Moore sculpture on the bedside table. "Lie still. Don't move. If you move, I'll smash your skull in." Appleton jerked his head back and forth against the pillow to indicate that he understood. Footsteps quickly crossed the room and he was alone. His heart was beating so strongly it caused his shoulders to rock against the mattress. "It's a burglary," he said to himself. "Stay calm. He'll take the cash. How much is there? $10,000–$15,000? He'll be happy with that. He'll go." Something warm began to tickle behind his ear. Blood, he realized. My head must be bleeding. He felt it creeping under his chin and across his throat. Anne will be dismayed when she sees the sheets. Cleaning them is going to take hours. Outside, the cicada's grating buzz rose to a crescendo and abruptly stopped. Now came the soft, insistent sound of waves lapping the nearby beach. Something thudded in his study further down the bungalow's corridor. He recognized the sound, the door to the safe swinging open and bumping against the wall. He'll be removing the cash, probably my watch, Margaret's jewellery too, the pearl necklace she always favoured when we dined out. It doesn't matter. They're only things. The thin whine of a mosquito passed his ear, and he knew how the man had got in. He lifted his head and was able to make out the neat hole cut in the screen that covered the window he'd left open. Arching his head brought into view the red button of the panic alarm mounted in the wall above his bed. He cursed himself. Why on earth didn't you close the window? You grew complacent and now you're getting what you deserve. The sound of the footsteps coming back caused the throbbing in his temples to quicken. The shadowy form came into view. Appleton could see a small bag hanging from one hand. The person looked down at him, and the old man closed his eyes, so they were almost shut, like a child pretending to be asleep. Then the figure walked over to the window. Appleton breathed out. "He's going. Thank the Lord, he's going." But the person placed the bag on the floor. The objects inside made a faint chink. He turned round and walked back to the bed. Now Appleton really did close his eyes. "Please go. You've got what you want." Hands gripped his shoulders. As he was turned onto his back, he felt the hairs of his chest pulling clear of the blood that must have pooled beneath him. His bound wrists dug painfully into the small of his back. Fringed by thick strands of long hair, the dark face looked down, all but a silhouette against the moon filling the window behind. The buzzing of the cicadas was starting up again. "The password for your computer." Appleton's breath caught in his throat. The thick band of rubber was peeled down. "Password?" Appleton felt tears stinging his eyes. "Lucinda 64. As he gave his daughter's name and year of birth, he sent up a silent prayer. "Please let me see her face again." The gag snapped back and the man vanished from view. Appleton stared at the ceiling. The tropical heat seemed to have vanished. He wanted the password. If this is a burglary, why would he want the password? He must be after something on the computer.